While many will be understandably quick to recoil at the mere thought of AEW adding even more talented faces to an already overcrowded roster at present, talent is talent at the end of the day. You can't exactly blame Tony Khan for wanting to slap them on an Is All Elite graphic as soon as humanly possible. The same will undoubtedly apply throughout the upcoming year too. So with that in mind, I'm Gareth from What Culture Wrestling, and here are 10 wrestlers Tony Khan will sign for AEW in 2023. Number 10, Naomi. The thought of longtime WWE Women's Division stalwart Naomi ever deciding to up sticks and take her talent elsewhere would have probably seemed laughable heading into 2022. Sure, there had been times when fans felt as though the former SmackDown Women's Champion had been severely underutilized, to put it lightly. But with the star's husband still very much forming part of one of the most notable teams in WWE history, and Naomi herself popping up on TV more and more as 2021 turned into 2022, it felt as though the glowing worker was almost certainly destined to stick with all things sports entertainment until she decided to call it a day in between the ropes. Yet in the wake of both Naomi and Sasha Banks walking out on WWE in May, the idea of the star now opting for a change of scene feels like a very real possibility. And with Naomi, whose contract was set to expire before her Raw walkout, and WWE still reportedly not coming to an agreement on a potential return in the wake of Vince McMahon's departure in disgrace earlier this year, perhaps the performer's recent interaction with TBS champion Jade Cargill could be the first step towards a jaw-dropping All Elite future in 2023. Number 9, Nick Aldis. For the longest time, it seemed as though the face of the NWA had absolutely zero interest in turning his back on the company he'd been pretty much carrying over the last 5 years or so, with Nick Aldis even reportedly turning down the chance to become All Elite at one point due to not being able to pop up on both shows going forward. But a lot can change in a couple of years, and fast forward to 2022, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion will now be one of the hottest free agents on the planet in 2023, after announcing his intentions to part ways with the NWA on January 1st. Tony Khan is, or at least was, clearly a fan of the Brits' work, evidenced in the fact that the two parties were said to have had a lengthy and good conversation back when the All Elite promotion offered him that aforementioned deal a few years ago. So should Aldis not decide to dive into a planned World of Sport Wrestling relaunch, the former Impact and independent darling may finally be in a position to take TK up on an offer if another heads his way in the new year. Number 8, Moose. Before ultimately feeling that another 2 years under the Impact banner was the best call for him back in July 2021, the monstrous Moose eventually made it known that the options to become All Elite or join the world of sports entertainment were both there for him around that time, and it's not hard to see why. Exuding potential star power and sitting as a former Impact World Champion, the powerhouse performer has only improved in the time since both parties had their eyes on him last year, and with the current Impact Workers deal with his present promotion set to run out in July 2023, Moose finally making his presence known in either of the biggest promotions in the game now feels more likely than ever before. Whether he sets his sights on bulldozing through the mid-card en route to TNT or All Atlantic Glory, or is tasked with attempting to bring down MJF's Reign of Terror, adding Moose to the All Elite roster would certainly bring something fresh to the party, and likely deprive WWE of another eye-catching acquisition in the process. Number 7, Jordynne Grace. For all of the unquestionable talent currently occupying AEW's women's division, outside of the odd notable name in the form of Saraya and Britt Baker, the company still isn't exactly overflowing with genuine superstars at time of recording, though that'll probably change if a few of these entries come true. With current Impact Knockouts champion Jordynne Grace seemingly coming towards the end of her latest multi-year deal with the promotion in May of next year, however, making a move for the powerlifting sensation would undoubtedly provide AEW's division with another performer with superstar potential to collide with the likes of AEW Women's World Champion Jamie Hayter and co. Now, it is worth noting how Grace's husband Jonathan Gresham wasn't on the best of terms with Tony Khan earlier this year, with the former Ring of Honor World Champion requesting his release after a heated exchange with the AEW president in July. But despite this, and the fact Gresham would eventually return to Impact recently, Fightful would eventually note how it didn't appear that any bridges were burned. So with that in mind, should Grace decide it's time for a change at the end of her current Impact run, becoming All Elite could still very much be in her future at some point in 2023. Number 6, Lana. CJ Perry's claims of Tony Khan having his favorites, and her Miro seemingly not being one of them right now, still likely wouldn't get in the way of a potential All Elite reunion with her men under the right circumstances. After all, business is business, and having the former Lana line up alongside her dominant spouse is a proven winner. So perhaps one of the new creative ideas being discussed for Miro's long-awaited return to AEW television will center around God's favorite champion once again joining forces with his hot, flexible wife and bulldozing through the All Elite field for the foreseeable. Perry herself has admitted to being open to both a WWE or AEW run at this present moment, noting how the latter option would be interesting due to it being a chance to experience a different promotion and be with a lot of people she loves, including including her hubby, Saraya, and Renee Paquette. Either way, 2023 looks like it could finally come equipped with the one-time Lana's return to wrestling after being released from WWE in June 2021. Number 5, Taya Valkyrie. Speaking of adding some fresh faces to the women's section of the All Elite roster, one of the most recognizable free agents on the market has still yet to make her All Elite bow at this point. I'm talking about the current reigning Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champion Taya Valkyrie, a star who also holds the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship and MLW's Women's World Featherweight Championship right now too. At the turn of the year and in the wake of her sudden release from WWE in November 2021, the one-time Frankie Monet made it known that a wander over to the land of All Elite definitely appealed to her, admitting during a contract signing around January that she would go to AEW if given the chance. And based on more recent comments of Valkyrie being excited about the concept of clashing with stars like Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and many other names she would love to play with, in her words, it does seem as though if a plan that benefits everyone involved can be put into place, Valkyrie will be popping up in TK's playground sooner rather than later. Number 4, Deonna Purrazzo. Sitting as a star who likely finds herself near the top of both Triple H and Tony Khan's list of major potential 2023 coups, Deonna Purrazzo's Impact contract reaching its end in 2022 will no doubt result in a number of intriguing offers landing in front of the star in the coming months. Purrazzo has already made her All Elite debut earlier this year, however, battling against Mercedes Martinez over the undisputed Ring of Honor Women's World Championship in a losing main event effort on Dynamite in May. And judging from the former NXT Face's comments in October of it perhaps being only a matter of time before she pops back up in the main event of Dynamite, it looks as though Purrazzo has some evident unfinished business in TK's company she'd like to address. With her real-life pal Britt Baker also likely being something of a dream showdown for fans of both the 28-year-old sensation and the Doctor, Purrazzo's further teasing comments of put it into the universe hint at a chapter as a full-time member of the All Elite roster being something she's legitimately considering heading into 2023. Number 3, Goldberg. Laugh all you want, but the concept of Big Bill Goldberg rocking up in Tony Khan's world in 2023 isn't as unlikely as you may think. Admittedly, the chances of The Man showing up and hanging with the likes of Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson in numerous technical masterpieces are pretty much non-existent, but trotting out the icon for the odd brief crowd-popping showing in between the ropes, much like how the company have handled fellow WCW legend Sting, would likely make for some rather surreal TV still. The former Universal Champion's deal with WWE is said to be expiring at the end of the year, and Goldberg has faced just about everyone of note on WWE programming at this precise moment in time. So why not have the Titanic Wrecking Machine show up for a few special All Elite appearances to pop a number opposite some fresh faces as he brings his in-ring career to a close? Whether the company will be able to afford the part-time heavy hitter is obviously another question entirely, but should the two parties find a way to come to an agreement, then perhaps a Goldberg is All Elite graphic could in fact grace our screens in 2023. Stranger things have happened in 2022 alone. Number 2, Kota Ibushi. Another notable figure within the wrestling sphere who looks to be entering the free agency market in early 2023. New Japan Pro Wrestling's Kota Ibushi is another gifted performer just about any promoter worth their salt would move mountains to sign. Ibushi hasn't been on the best of terms with his current employer throughout 2022, with the star criticizing New Japan Pro Wrestling on numerous occasions in recent times. However, with the former IWGP Heavyweight Champion now expected to part ways with the promotion in Q1 of 2023, many have understandably been quick to assume that an All Elite move could be on the horizon for the Golden Lover, and a report from Joe Lanza on the Flagship Wrestling podcast has already suggested that Tony Khan wouldn't hesitate to sign the New Japan star should he become available, with there being no real concerns over the potential signing damaging the two promotions' strong as ever relationship at this time. Dave Meltzer has already revealed how Ibushi has entered light training as he prepares himself for an in-ring return after not competing since October 2021, with that match against Kazuchika Okada leading to the injured shoulder that would keep him out of action ever since. So whether he sticks with New Japan or opts for an All Elite future, it looks as though 2023 will hopefully finally see the return of the Golden Star. Number 1, Sasha Banks. Acting as the latest unexpected twist in the ongoing Sasha Banks WWE saga, news of the boss being in line for a shocking New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 17 appearance on January 4th looks to have all but confirmed the horsewoman's time with WWE coming to an end. Now sure, as Dave Meltzer would note on the matter, there's still every chance WWE could swoop in at the last moment and offer the star the money she desires to continue on as a part of the sports entertainment juggernaut. But it is increasingly beginning to feel like Banks is on the verge of a bold new chapter in her wrestling career, one that could see her go one-on-one with former WWE star Kairi, who currently reigns as the IWGP Women's Champion. And with a limited appearance deal reportedly being reached between the boss and Bushiroad, Banks' potential new status status as a free agent from the start of 2023 has obviously resulted in many assuming it'll only be a matter of time before Mercedes Varnado becomes All Elite too. Will the multiple-time women's champion line up alongside Saraya as her secret partner against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter on January 11th's Dynamite? An awful lot could still change between now and then, but right about now, anything seems possible. And that's our list. Know of any other wrestlers Tony Khan will sign for AEW in 2023? Let us know all about them in the comment section right down below, and do not forget to like, share, and click on that subscribe button while you're there. Also, if you like this kind of thing, then please head on over to whatculture.com and find some more incredible articles just like the one this video you're watching right this very second is based on. I've been Gareth from What Culture Wrestling. Thank you as always for clicking on this fantastic video today. Hopefully I'll see you very, very soon, but in the meantime, go and kick some ass, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.